I'm not really sure. Okay. Hey. We're live on YouTube and on TikTok. It is awesome sauce. Friday night. Yay. The week has weeked. We've gotten through it. We are at Friday. Woo! Oh, I'm yawning, which is ridiculous. However, I'm kind of tired. Look at this. This is just partial of what I've done today. You can't really see it because of the image. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's about a quarter of the 3070 that I've made today. And we've got well over 100 orders going out tomorrow. I think like 140. It's exciting. It's exciting. Also, it's exhausting because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work in there, but couldn't ask for a better gig, to say the least. Could not ask for a better gig. Okay, nonsense text. All right. So anyway, I'm here. We've got 11 people in the room at the moment. My name is Leslie Wright. I'm live on TikTok and on YouTube. And I am the owner and compounder at Bearcat Body Care Essentials. And what I do in the evenings is from 8:30 to 11 is I come on live and talk about eyesight, eye health, and how to restore both using natural products. I restored my eyesight and obviously my eye health using different blends of castor oil and DMSO and Meliopanini honey, a stingless bee honey, along with hyaluronic acid and a Celtic sea salt. And those weren't all in one blend, although there is one blend that has all of those. They were blends of different levels that are all available on my website. My website's right above my head, and my phone number is right above my website. So I want to talk to you guys about what's going on with your eyes. I have products that are game changers in dry eye. So issues like, just chronic dry eye, as well as things like blepharitis, issues that are more significant, like uveitis and glaucoma and severe cataracts, and things like pterygium and keratoconus. And then just, blurry eyesight. We get to that age of 40 and supposedly our eyesight is supposed to wane and we're supposed to just depend on glasses. And I was able to restore my eyesight to the point where I am glasses free. I started wearing glasses at 6 years old. When I started this journey at the age of 59, I was wearing 5X readers. I was wearing prescription glasses. I had cataracts in both eyes, astigmatism in both eyes, and my eyesight was horrible, absolutely horrible. And all of that has changed to the point where I don't wear glasses at all for any reason. Okay. Lady Angela 9. Hey, I got my order. I think I'm going to start tonight. Excellent. Yay. Cheers to you. Wait, I got to hit the button. Yay. So if you're going to start tonight, start with the Revitalize. That's the small bottle. So if you have any of my products, you will have the Revitalize drop. And that is a free companion drop that comes with every drop that I sell on my website. And it is a game changer for moisturizing and hydrating the eyes. And you want to moisturize and hydrate the eyes before you start using any of the other blends. that contain DMSO, because otherwise it will sting or burn depending on how dry your eyes are. So if you're going to start tonight, do the drop of the Revitalize at least 3 times before you go to bed. Excuse me. I don't know what time zone you're in. I'm in the Eastern time zone and it's 8:34, and I would definitely have enough time to do that drop 3 times. You don't have to do it with any, big space of time in between. 10 minutes, do it again, 10 minutes, do it again. Perfectly, perfectly, perfectly fine. Okay. So I'm excited for you though. Okay, you got the Revitalize and the 2080. Excellent. The 2080 really doesn't burn because it's 20% DMSO, 80% castor oil. And it doesn't really have a sting or a burn, even if you have really dry eyes, but it will be warm and kind of stingy, itchy, that kind of thing. So definitely use the Revitalize. Okay. Azul, I'm not saying not saying the name correctly. I'm sorry. Azul Quickly. Uh, Hi, I have glaucoma. Can you help me? I can. Can you tell me what your last intraocular pressure was? What your IOP was? Can you let me know that? How glaucoma are you? And how much degeneration do you have in the optic nerve? Lady Angela 9, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Okay. Vilma, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. Vilma, I must have missed one of your posts because I see it says on the bottles, but I'm not sure what that is referring to. A Earth 13. Do you always use Revitalize before the DMSO castor oil drops? I recommend it without a doubt. So there are people that don't, but I recommend it because that moisturizes, the Revitalize moisturizes and hydrates the eye so that you aren't going to suffer any kind of uh, burn or sting from the DMSO castor oil drop, and it just keeps your eyes healthier. So when you are using the DMSO and castor oil drop, it penetrates easier into the material of the eye because it's nice and moist and hydrated. Okay, we're all caught up on questions. As far as I can tell, we've got 59 people in the room. My goal for likes tonight, so I'm setting a goal, I'm trying to do that, is 50,000 likes. So if you guys can help me get there, I really would appreciate it. A Earth 13. Okay, thank you for answering. I bought some the other day for my mom, and I'm excited to try them. Excellent, marvelous, excellent. Your order's probably going out tomorrow if it's not already out. We have been filling orders like mad people, and I just printed tomorrow's shipping labels, the ones I've printed so far, and I think there's 72 in the pile of shipping labels that I printed tonight. And I've got multiple international orders. I always, print the international orders separately so I don't forget to do all the steps you have to do with international orders. Aki, I get more pain using castor oil for my glaucoma. Pain where? Castor oil shouldn't cause pain. I'm going to invite you up. I'd love to talk to you about that. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. I see the like train going. I appreciate you guys. My goal is 50,000 likes tonight. It's Friday night. It's the end of the week. It would be the highest number of likes I got all week long. And it would be fabulous.
Yeah, I get that is I'm having glaucoma, but I get more like eyes, red eyes, and yeah, more pain in my eyes.
So you
I
got
get more uncomfortable with my eyes when I use castor oil. So I don't know.
well, you've got dry eye, right?
Yes, the dry eyes. I get the dry eyes normally.
Okay.
Right.
So the reason the it's kind of odd that you would add castor oil and it would be painful. But castor oil is very viscous, it's very thick. When you use it by itself, it has to penetrate into the eye material, and you don't have enough liquid to actually thin out the castor oil. So I blended castor oil with DMSO. The DMSO thins out the castor oil so it's not as thick in the eye. It's not as viscous. And the DMSO penetrates very deeply. It takes the castor oil with it, so it makes it easier for the eye to absorb the castor oil. Your eye's not going to have that same experience. So you really need to hydrate the eye as much as possible. Even if you just can get over the counter eye drops like refresh drops, and use those before you use the castor oil to get a little hydration in the eye, and then only use a drop of castor oil. Don't use too much. A little goes a really long way. And if you're going to shop on my website, I would recommend that you get the Revitalize, um, obviously, to deal with the dry eye. And to deal with the glaucoma, I would recommend that you get the 40-60 blend along with the foreign eye blend. So, do you know what your numbers are? What your interocular pressure numbers are?
I think it's 22.
22. So you need the 30-70. And actually, if you're at 22, you don't need anything else. The 30-70 blend will be the blend that you need. I would recommend that you use it 3 times a day for 2 weeks and then drop to twice a day and just use the Revitalize and the 30-70. And that will,
Can I shop it on your online website?
yeah, on my website, yes. So not, and
Okay.
I don't have a TikTok shop, so you have to go to my website. Okay.
The website is catbody.com.
Yes, bearcatbody.com, just like you see right above my head.
And do you think I can really get cure of this glaucoma by using this medicine?
I do. I do. If you're consistent with it, and you're using the right blend, 100%, I do.
Because it's now since at least 3 years that I'm suffering from this glaucoma.
Well, you can turn that around rapidly. So in
But
just a,
it's really getting worse now because every day it's really not improving. It's getting worse instead. So
that's what's going to happen.
I'm
It's
very
only
concerned.
it's only going to get worse, and you are potentially damaging your optic nerve to the point where you won't have any option in restoring the optic nerve. So you definitely want to get control of it and get your pressure down and get your eye health, as good as possible. So That's going to make a difference. The castor oil and the DMSO are going to make a difference in all of those things.
Do you have any natural remedy that you can advise me while waiting for me to shop this medicine? Any advice or on any natural remedy?
For glaucoma?
Yes.
So I don't know of anything that is as beneficial to the eye as the castor oil and the DMSO. But I would, if you wanted something else, I would look at an herbs called eyebright.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can find them on Amazon. Uh,
Okay.
but it's just EYEBRIGHT, and they're supposed to be very helpful in the eye. I've never used that. Colloidal silver is also very helpful in the eye.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
try it while waiting because it's very, very uncomfortable now.
Yes. So, and what country are you in?
I'm originally from Cameroon, but I live in Belgium.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say I ship worldwide. So, you know, I think shipping to Belgium, it would take about 7 days.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, thank you very much.
You're
I will look
welcome.
at it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm looking back. So Litman is asking, what's your educational background? Well, my educational background is actually quite minor. I went to high school in Tampa, Florida, Tampa Bay Tech. I do have some college. I have an extensive knowledge base on various subjects that don't have anything to do with college education. I am not a medical professional. I've never been a medical professional. I did work at Bausch pharmaceutical industry for like 2 years. Um, Other than that, that's about it. I went through the process of restoring my own eyesight using castor oil and DMSO, and I have many customers that have had positive results from various issues in the eye, including glaucoma, macular degeneration, general eyesight issues. Um, the list is long and distinguished. Whoa, Azul Cafe. My eye pressure was 55. What blend should I use? What do you mean was? Is it now no longer 55? Are you using um, prescription drugs to actually reduce the pressure? If your eye pressure is still that high, there's two drops I would recommend. The 4NI is the first drop, 4NI, and the second drop would be the 40/60 blend. And for a pressure that high, I would recommend that you would use those drops 4 times a day for 2 weeks to get the pressure down and normalized, and then drop to 3 times a day for 2 weeks, and then drop to 2 times a day, and do that until you know until until I have no idea. So, and you're going to get normalized pressure, but you don't want the pressure to build back up. So until the eye health is at a point where the pressure isn't consistently building, um, you would do the twice a day. All right. I invited you up to the panel. because that's a really high pressure. I want to talk to you because you really could be in a situation where your optic nerve is getting significantly damaged. Alicia Simmons, hi. So I have a glaucoma in both eyes. I'm on drops. The right eye doctor said around the eyesight. I'm not sure. Alicia, I invited you up too. Last visit to the eye clinic, it was 55. How long ago was that? Robin Walker, 795. Hi, I started using 3070 to improve my sight. It has improved some, but now it's not improving. So, how long have you been using the 3070, Robin? If you want to come up and have a chat, I'd love for you to come chat. Alicia Simmons.
Hello, good night.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm wonderful.
Okay, so I've been to the doctor today,
Okay.
seeing them on the eyes, and the pressures, both pressures in the eye, the right eye that has is 7.
The
So
right
the
eye
doctor said
pressure
that
is 7.
around the eyes need to be cleaned. I think they need to do a surgery because they are seeing around the eyesight need cleaning, something that kind of bulge up there need to be cleaned. We'll comb the both eyes.
So hang on a second. You said your eye pressure was 7 in your right eye?
Yes, 7 in the right eye.
Has your
9
doctor
in the left eye.
has your doctor talked to you about hypotony in that eye?
Sorry?
Did they ever mention the diagnosis of hypotony?
No.
So your pressure, a normal pressure is between 10 and 20. Having a pressure of 7 is low. It's really low. And you would want to get that pressure up. Are you using the glaucoma drops in the right eye with a pressure of 7?
Yes.
I think you should talk to your doctor, and I would stop using those drops in that eye and talk to the doctor and find out why they're having you put those drops in the eye with the pressure so low.
Okay.
So if your pressure is that low, you need to talk to your doctor and say, explain to me if a normal pressure is between 10 and 20 and my pressure is 7, why am I treating the eye to bring the pressure down?
Down, exactly.
Right.
Okay, because they're looking at surgery because they're saying that around the side they're seeing the cataract in the right eye.
Yeah.
The cataract is one to be cleaned, and they need to do some step by step to clean around the side because the right eye is it's a bit foggy all the time. So I barely see properly in the right eye.
Yeah, and part of the fogginess is the pressure is so low. So your optic nerve is not, properly activated because that pressure in the eye is so low. So where are you located in the world?
I'm in Trinidad.
You're in Trinidad. Okay.
Yeah.
I would, if you were to use my drops, I would want you to use the 4 and and I'd want you to use the 4060, and I would want you to no longer use those prescription drops in the right eye where the pressure is low. I also want you to talk to your doctor to find out why they're having you lower the pressure in the eye. But cataracts is what resolved in my own eyes, dissolving the cataracts using um, my blends with castor oil and DMSO. So there is a natural way to actually dissolve the cataract off the eye and not have surgery.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I want you to know that. But I also want you to know that if your pressure goes below 6 in your right eye, there's a good chance that your optic nerve will be damaged to the point where there will be no way to restore it. So I'm gonna read some information on hypotony on ChatGPT. Hang on just a second. Let me pull this up. Okay. Ocular hypotony refers to an abnormally low interocular pressure, typically defined as an IOP less than 6. This condition can lead to vision problems and damage to the structure of the eye. Causes of hypotony are surgical complications following glaucoma surgery, uh, trabeculotomy, or drainage implant surgery, after cataract or retinal surgery, trauma, so penetrating eye injuries that cause fluid leakage, inflammatory conditions like uveitis, or other forms of ocular inflammation that impair aqueous humor production. Retinal conditions, retinal detachment, or chronic retinal issues can contribute. Medication induced overuse of glaucoma medications that reduce interocular pressure. Other causes are tumors, infections affecting the eye. So the symptoms of hypotony are blurred or distorted vision, discomfort or dull aching pain in the eye, changes in the appearance of the eye, shallow anterior chamber or wrinkling of the retina. Potential complications are, if left untreated, hypotony can lead to choroidal detachment, fluid accumulating under the choroid, retinal detachment due to structural instability, vision loss, permanent damage to the retina or the optic nerve. Treatment for hypotony: address the underlying cause, so repair leaks in the eye following surgery or trauma. Treat inflammation with corticosteroids or immunosuppressants. Increase interocular pressure. Use of medications to provide aqueous humor production. Surgical intervention, suturing of leaks, placement of implants. And then monitoring. Frequent checkups with an ophthalmologist to prevent complications. When to seek medical help: sudden onset of blurry vision, eye discomfort, or any noticeable structural changes in the eye, any symptoms of hypotony after eye surgery or injury. Hypotony requires prompt evaluation and management by any ophthalmologist to prevent long-term damage to the eye and vision loss. So it is a very serious thing, and you need to get, your doctor on board with dealing with it in an appropriate way.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Let me know if you have any other questions for me. My phone number's up above. I'm on WhatsApp, so you can get me on WhatsApp, and I'm more than happy to help you as much as I can.
What's your WhatsApp number?
It's right above my head.
Okay, so that is once.
Yeah, don't say it out loud because TikTok will,
Okay.
yeah, it'll ban my live.
Something is blocking me. I'm not seeing one of the numbers.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I might be able to text it to you. Okay, I texted it to you. So it's in the text. Thank you for the order. It's in the text chat. Okay. and I sent it straight to you.
Okay, same thing. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, all the banners, block the number. I know it's annoying. Not a whole lot I can do about it. If anybody knows how to turn them off, I'd be happy to turn them off. I don't need those banners up there. Okay, I'm going to go back and check some more questions. Gardenia says, how? Say lots of things that without explaining sounds very big. Why? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Gardenia. If you'd like to explain, I'm happy to listen. So, Robin Walker, I invited you to come up. Robin Walker, 795. You said that you're using the 30/70. You saw some change, and now you're not seeing change. Okay. Ajul, you said 5 months ago. All right, you got to get on something quickly to get your pressure down and save your sight. Hey, Dana's in the room. Gardenia, ginger powder in eyes. So I'm good. How are you? Excellent. So Gardenia. Okay, cool.
I got shingles in my eyes.
What?
I was just reading what that person said.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got shingles in my eyes.
Yeah, that can happen without a doubt. So Dana, I'm gonna mute you because it's
I'll mute me. Okay, yeah.
okay. It's feeding back. It's getting feedback.
Okay.
Okay. So gardenia, ginger powder in the eyes. Yes, I've heard that ginger powder has some benefit. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've done some cursory research and I've not found anything definitive that talks about what particular issues ginger powder resolves in the eye or how to use it effectively. Oh, Robin Walker, it wouldn't let you get on? Well, if you want, you can call me on my phone number. I'll answer the phone while we're on live. Okay, so you've been using it for over a month. Have you been consistent twice a day, morning and evening? Gardenia, how to resolve cataracts, castor oil in eye leads. I'm not sure what the leads is. So yes, castor oil can actually dissolve cataracts in the eye. You can use it by itself if you want to. People try and use it topically. You can use it as an eye drop. It's very viscous, so you want to be cautious that you don't get too much castor oil in your eye, or your sight will be blurry for an extended period of time. But all of my drops use castor oil, except for the Revitalize, the moisturizing hydrating eye drop, and the Luster Elixir. Neither one of those have castor oil in them. Okay, Doug. Um, I'm happy to email you and talk to you about the affiliate program, but I'm not going to really talk about it on the live. Um, yeah, it just doesn't really fit this model. But I'm happy to talk to you individually about that, without a doubt. Okay, Carla Paris. How can we get your products in Trinidad? Interested in healing glaucoma presently on eye drops. Okay, so anywhere in the world, wherever you are in the world, my website is available to you. So you go to my website, bearcatbody.com, BARECATBODY.com, and you can order on the website. I ship worldwide. E-Man, what's a natural way to treat cataracts for diabetics? So, all of my drops are natural. Castor oil and DMSO are a huge. Hang on, just a second.
Hi,
Hi, this is Leslie.
this is Robin.
Oh, hi, Robin. How you doing? I was just about to say I'm on live on TikTok. So, how can I help you?
Okay. I've been using the 3070 for like little over a month.
Okay.
I had some improvement, but now it's like basically nothing else is going on. And I've been doing eye exercises, and I'm trying to wear my glasses less.
Okay. Have you been able to sun gaze at all?
I have not a lot, but I have.
Okay. So how many times a day are you using the 3070 drops?
Twice a day.
And are you using the revitalized drops?
Yes.
Okay. And what level of improvement did you actually have?
I went to a different set of glasses. Like the glasses that I had, I had went to the eye doctor, they gave me another pair of glasses. But when I started using those, when I started using the drops, I went back to those and to the old ones, and I could see better out of those. And now those are slightly blurry.
Okay.
But now I'm sort of, like I said, I'm sort of stuck. Now I have an older pair that I go to see if I can see out of those. I can see out of those, but not as well as the ones that I put on.
So I would recommend that you use the oldest pair of glasses that you have and
Okay.
try dropping the 3070 3 times a day for a week.
Okay.
But only wear those old glasses.
Okay.
And see what changes occur in that 7-day time frame.
Okay.
Okay?
I can do it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Thanks so much.
No problem at all. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I have one question.
Sure.
If I was to go up to like 40/60, would that do any different or no?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So yeah, the 40/60 is a lot more harsh on the eye, and it's likely that you would wind up irritating your eye using it twice a day, every day for an extended period of time.
Okay.
Okay. So I would stick with what you've got. I do have a new eye drop called Luster Elixir that has the colloidal silver in it, and it has lutein in it. So that might be an option for you to try that drop, but I wouldn't go to the 40/60 in lieu of the 30/70.
Okay. So what does the colloidal silver and the other stuff does that?
So the lutein is like a vitamin in the eye. It's a supplement that you can take orally for eye health, but this is actually in an eye drop, so it's getting directly into the eye. And the hyaluronic acid, which is the same thing that's in the Revitalize, that it's very moisturizing to the eye, and the colloidal silver provides benefit with clarity and focus in eyesight.
Okay. Okay.
So that might
All
be,
right.
yeah, that might be an option for you.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll do the first one that you said first, and we'll see how that goes. And if it takes, we'll work on it.
Yeah, and come back next Friday and let me know how the week went using the 30/70 3 times a day and using the older glasses that you have.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
All
Bye
right.
bye. Okay. Okay. So, E-Man, we were talking about a natural way to uh, deal with cataracts, to treat cataracts in the eye. Castor oil can be fantastic. My drops are castor oil and DMSO. The DMSO is beneficial because it actually penetrates very deeply in the eye and it carries with it whatever you pair it with. And paired with castor oil, it can get deep enough into the vitreous fluid to actually break apart the cataract and be very effective in the eye. So, depending on the level of cataract, if it's mild to moderate, the 30/70 blend would be the blend I recommend. Moderate to severe, the 4 and I is the blend I recommend. And if it's really severe, so a whole lot of buildup on the lens of the eye, I recommend the 4 and I and the 40/60. Okay. Chris, can you heal cataracts? So you can dissolve cataracts. Cataracts are a protein buildup on the lens of the eye, and you can actually dissolve the cataract. And castor oil is great at dissolving cataracts, that material. So castor oil has been known to actually break up lumps, bumps, adhesions, tumors, cysts in the body. And it's very beneficial for that type of work in the body. Um, and it's effective in the eye also. The blends that I have that include the DMSO with the castor oil, again, like I said, the DMSO allows the castor oil to be penetrated deep enough into the eye system to actually break apart the protein buildup on the eye that is the cataract that will, flush it out of the eye system and away from the lens. Amen. Okay, thank you. And that number above is where we can. No, the number above is my phone number. The website is where you can order. So the website is bearcatbody.com, BARECATBODY.com. I don't know what all these little things are that keep popping up. I wish there was a way to make them go away. Yeah, I can't find a methodology to move the roses and the stuff, the banners and all that nonsense. I have to look and see, maybe there's a setting I can set to make that all go away so it's not so bothersome at the top of the screen. Hello, this is Leslie. Okay, they hung up. That's the end of that. And they're calling back. Hello, this is Leslie.
Sorry, I was trying to find out. My husband has a bleeding in the back of his eye. This is Leslie. How you doing? Sorry, I was trying to find out. My husband has a bleeding in the back of his eye. This is Leslie.
All right, we got a lot of feedback going on.
He has bleeding and swelling in the back of his eye.
Uh huh.
And they said he had small cataracts and possibly glaucoma. So I'm trying to find out what will be good for him.
Did they tell you? They said possibly glaucoma. Did they tell you what his?
Right, they wasn't sure if it was glaucoma. He's been seeing a specialist, but he has like, and they want to, put a needle in his eye against to draw the swelling out. And even had like 5 times they've done it. He don't want that anymore. So right now he has like a black spot in front of his eye.
Okay.
And they said it could be the blood.
Yeah, so I would recommend that he use the 4-in-I and the 40/60, those 2 drops. Is he on prescription eye drops now to deal with the inflammation?
Well, I guess is to keep the pressure down. No, he's only on the eye drop to keep the pressure down.
Okay. So, yes, I would recommend the 4-in-I and the 40/60 blend. And obviously, he would get the Revitalize. That would actually make his eyes feel very comfortable in his head because I'm sure he's got a lot of dry eye after the medication and those injections.
Okay. And I can just go to your website to order this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, it won't interfere with the other eye drop that's taken.
No, he can still take the prescription eye drops. He just needs to take them at least 30 minutes apart from these natural eye drops. He needs to have like a 30-minute window between doing the prescription eye drops and doing my eye drops.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Hot Coco's in the room. Come on up, Coco. Hey. Sandra Nelson, 745. Do I just rub the castor oil on my eyes? You can do that. Yes, you can do that. And you may, see benefit. It will take a long time for that to work if you're dealing with cataracts. So just be aware that it will work. It will just take time. The Unthinkables. Hello, I'm new here and I'm very interested. Excellent. What issues are you having with your eyes? Chris says, what is a cataract? A cataract is protein buildup on the lens of the eye in the vitreous fluid. All right, I think I got everybody. Sandra Nelson, 745, you are welcome. Quan Cole, I have cataract surgery, but glaucoma is still there. And what do you recommend? I would recommend the 4-in-I and the 40/60. The 4-in-I and the 40/60. That is really going to deal with the pressure in the eye. And, excuse me, yawning. You can still use it even though you've had cataract surgery. And it will also help with any scar tissue due to the cataract surgery. And the Revitalize will actually moisturize and hydrate the eyes and make them feel very happy and healthy in your actual eye sockets. Coco's like, I'm at work for another hour, but I'm here. Thank you, Coco. Okay. All right. We're good. K7 Mother, what do you recommend for blurred vision? So if you just have general blurry vision, I would recommend the 30/70 blend. 30/70. A lot of times dry eye is the reason we have blurry vision. So using the 30/70 with the Revitalize, the moisturizing hydrating eye drop, that would be very beneficial to actually deal with that blurry vision and get you away from things like readers and or people call them cheaters to be able to see small print. Okay, Demetria Jolly. What is the difference between 4 and I and 4 and I2? The 4 and I2 does not contain DMSO. 4 and I has 20% DMSO. 4 and I2 has no DMSO. Ellen Williams, can I call you later to get more information about the product? Yes, of course you can. Hang on. Alicia Simmons, can I use castor oil around my eyes? Yes, you can with 100%. K7 Mother, I was using my glasses, then started wearing contacts. It got worse. Uh, Hang on a second. What got worse? Okay, so your blurry vision got worse? Cheryl Lewis, how long before you see results if I'm wanting to get rid of readers? So it can happen in any period of time. I've had people, be able to put their readers down in 3 days. For me, it was a couple of weeks. There's other people that it's taken a few months. So it does depend on the level of health that your eyes have when you start, how consistent you are, and how much effort you're willing to put in letting go of those glasses. Archie Money, please, what can I use to treat advanced glaucoma? I'd love for you to come up and have a chat with me, but just on its face with that question, I would recommend the 4 and I and the 4060.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Excellent. So tell me well, you said advanced glaucoma. How advanced is it?
Yeah, for what my doctor said, he said it's very bad.
Did he tell you
And
what your pressure was in the eye?
when I first went to the hospital, the pressure was 34. And
30.
I gave me some ice drop. And
Okay.
after 3 months, I went back. That was on Tuesday. It was 18.
Okay. That's good.
But my vision, I hardly see. I hardly see
Okay.
because
So
it has passed.
the issue that you're having really isn't so much the pressure at this point, it's the vision.
Yeah, no, he did too, because he said even with 18, that the temperature is still high. That's what he told me. That with the 18 is still high.
Okay. And what medications are you taking to get the pressure stable at 18?
It's an drop. Let me check his name.
Okay.
Let me check. I have it.
Hey, Doug.
Simbaza.
Okay.
Simbaza, yeah.
Okay. So the blends of mine that I would recommend are the 4 and I and the 4060. They would work simultaneously to deal with the pressure in the eye and recovering your eyesight.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So if I want to get it, I can just go to the website.
Yes. Yes, and you can order direct off the website.
I live in Canada.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have an affiliate that's in Canada, and she has product that we ship all over the country.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do that. I will do that tomorrow.
All right.
And I will chat it on WhatsApp. more information so just talk to you.
Okay, yeah. You can get me on WhatsApp. No problem.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hey, I'm home, and I just saw that you were answering a question for Cheryl Lewis. I went to go get something to eat, and she was sitting in there and said that she followed me on TikTok, and I was telling her about the eye drops. So
Okay.
let's see, she just came in, and you were talking to her. So thank you.
Okay. Why try and talk to everybody?
Well, I know, but I just feel special when I just meet somebody and they come on.
Okay.
Start asking questions. I talk about it all the time.
There you go.
Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad you came on. But she said, I'm going to go home and sit down and eat, and I'm going to turn it on.
There you go. And we're here.
We're here. Now I'm going to eat.
There you go. Enjoy that. Chris says, can I cure blurry vision? I don't like to use the word cure because we don't necessarily know what the causation is for your blurry vision, other than, it could just be the qualification of age. But I'd like to say you can actually restore your vision so that it's not either as blurry or blurry at all. So can you restore your vision? Absolutely. Hey, Sheldon. Excellent, excellent. Stephanie Wallace, 765.
Yes, hi, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Pretty blessed and honored.
Thank you.
I've had glaucoma for a number of years, and I'm on 2 eye drops. I'm on Combigan twice a day, 1 drop in each eye twice a day, and I'm on Latanoprost.
Okay.
What can I do? Because I'm not happy with my vision. I used to be able to read small print.
Yes.
I can't do it anymore, and it frustrates me.
Okay. So would you be willing to actually get off of those prescription drugs? The drops that you're taking? Okay. Because what can happen when you're using the natural drops and the prescription drops is you can get to the point where your pressure goes too low, and then that creates another problem.
Yeah, my pressure is high.
Yeah.
My pressure is high.
Do you know what the numbers are for your eye pressure?
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you know what numbers you have in your eye pressure?
I don't know. I think it's 25 in my left eye.
Okay.
And I think it's 21 in my right.
Okay.
I'm just not happy with my vision.
Okay. So I would recommend that you get the 4 and I blend.
Okay.
That would be the blend that I would recommend for you.
The 4 and I blend?
Yes, okay. It's called 4 and I. Number 4, ANEYE.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. And is there a link for that I can
you can
purchase it?
You'll find it on my website at bearcatbody.com. So just go to my website and you can click on shop and then eye care, and you'll find the 4 and I there.
Okay. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you so
for the
much.
Information. I appreciate that greatly.
No problem at all.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Chris says, I got glasses about 6 months ago and have not got accustomed to glasses yet. Well, don't get accustomed to them, Chris. Just try your best to let go of the glasses. You can sun gaze, you can do eye exercises. There are supplements you can take. Obviously, my eye drops are an option. There are other options other than glasses. And since you've only had them for 6 months, If you don't get away from them, your eyes will just get worse over time and you'll need stronger and stronger glasses. And I was able to restore my eyesight to the point where I'm glasses free at this stage of my life. I'm 61 years old. I started when I was 59. It took 13 months total, 3 months to dissolve the cataract in my right eye, and 13 months to dissolve the cataract in my left eye. And a severe cataract in my left eye and a moderate cataract in my right eye. And my vision has improved to the point where I do not wear prescription glasses anymore. And I can read everything I need to read on my phone. I'm sitting looking at a phone, and it is, I don't know, maybe 2 feet away from me. And I can read everything I need to read. So it's phenomenal to live glasses free. Carol Ann, that 948, do I have to stop restasis? You don't have to, no, but you do need to monitor your interocular pressure. So if you're using these natural drops, which will lower your pressure, and you're using a prescription drop to lower your pressure, you're doing double duty. So you need to make sure that your pressure doesn't go below 6, because that is hypotony and that can cause just as many issues as glaucoma causes. Miss P, so Carolan 948, so Restasis is for dry eyes. You can continue to use it if you're getting benefit from it. So most of the people that I've dealt with that have been using any either prescription or over-the-counter eye drop have decided to leave it behind once they start using the revitalized eye drop. So that's totally up to you if you want to continue to use it. Miss P, how are you doing? Miss P, can you hear me? Miss P? Okay, I'm going to drop you down and come back up later. Okay. You're welcome, Caroline. Okay, Carla Paris, info on the exercises, please. So if you go onto YouTube and you look up eye exercises for clear vision, you'll find a ton of exercises available. There are also convergence exercises for people that have lazy eye, um, or double vision. You can absolutely find a ton of exercises that are very beneficial to the eye. Chris says, I got astigmatism. Okay. And I had astigmatism in both eyes. I have not been back to the optometrist, but I do feel like I no longer have astigmatism. Okay. Olivia, can you reverse macular degeneration? And I want to make sure macular degeneration is what you're talking about because it says macular ginger. So, can you restore your eyesight after a diagnosis of macular degeneration? Absolutely. Absolutely. And the drops that I would recommend for somebody dealing with macular degeneration are the 4 and eye drops. And since you brought it up and we've been talking about uh, glaucoma most of the evening, I just want to review. with everybody here, so everybody knows what we're talking about. What is macular degeneration? So, macular degeneration, specifically age related macular degeneration, I wonder if there was macular degeneration before people started living over the age of 40, is a common eye condition and a leading cause of vision loss in people over 50. It affects the macula, the central part of the retina, responsible for sharp central vision needed for reading, driving, and recognizing faces. So there are different types of macular degeneration. There's dry, non exudative AMD. So, most common form, accounting for 80 to 90% of cases, characterized by the thinning of the macula and the accumulation of yellow deposits called drusen. Progression is slower, but it can lead to significant vision loss in advanced stages. And then there's wet macular degeneration, and it is exudative, exudative AMD. So it's less common but more severe, caused by abnormal blood vessels growing beneath the retina, which can leak fluid or blood, damaging the macula. Progression is rapid and can lead to severe central vision loss. The symptoms are blurred or fuzzy central vision, difficulty recognizing faces, straight lines appearing wavy or distorted, a dark or empty spot in the center of the vision. Risk factors are age, genetics, smoking, diet, obesity, cardiovascular disease. So the same basic risk factors for everything that is causes damage in the human body. So Olivia, I would absolutely say yes to that, and I would recommend the foreign eye blend. Carla Paris, you are welcome. Chris, do you think I should have an operation to remove cataract? Well, I think if you are at a point where that makes sense to you and you feel like you've got a surgeon that's a quality surgeon and you're going to have great eyesight and you're not going to suffer vision loss and you want it done rapidly, so you want the change in your cataract to be relatively immediate, then surgery, I would say, is the answer. Yes. Would I have surgery as a course of action, just because surgery is the standard of care when it comes to cataracts? I would not. And after going through the effort it took to dissolve cataracts in both my eyes, it was easy enough and fast enough that no surgery would have made sense, um, getting to the point that I've gotten to right now. So I'm wicked happy with my eyesight, and I still have the natural lenses that were in my eyes when I was born. Okay, Yajul Quippy. Hi, can you repeat the blend for glaucoma 55? Yes. So it's foreign eye. You need the foreign eye and you need the 4060. Foreign eye and 4060, those two blends. Montoria, can this help with diabetic retinopathy? Absolutely. And for diabetic retinopathy, uh, the two blends I recommend are the foreign eye and the 4060. You need both of those, foreign eye and 4060. All right, we're caught up with all of the questions. Okay, so it's 9:38. My goal tonight for likes is 50,000. We're at 12,500. I would love it if you guys would tap the screen, double tap if you have the ability to tap, 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 tap. Let's get to 25,000 as quick as we can. We've got 67 people in the room. So I think we can get there really, really, really quickly. And I've got another hour and a half on the live. So that makes it easy. We get half now and half later. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Okay. Azul, um, you said, and what is the 40-60 blend and the foreign eye? How do you use them? Okay. So the 40-60 is 40% DMSO, 60% castor oil. The foreign eye is 20% castor oil, 20% DMSO, 45% castor oil. And I don't remember the other percentages off the top of my head, but there is Melio Panini honey, stingless bee honey, and hyaluronic acid in a Celtic salt saline solution. So those are all the ingredients in the foreign eye, and they are meant to be eye drops, and you're going to drop them because your pressure is so high. You're going to start with 4 times a day, and then after 14 days, drop to 3 times a day, and after an additional 14 days, drop to twice a day. And you're going to do both drops every time. So, and you're going to use the Revitalize, the moisturizing, hydrating eye drop. So you're going to do Revitalize first, then the 40-60, then the foreign eye in the morning. Revitalize first, 40-60, foreign eye at night. So you're going to do that, but you're going to start with 4 times a day. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
California.
Hi, can you hang on just a minute?
Yeah, I don't have TikTok, so that's why I called it.
Oh, no problem. So as you're going to start with 4 times a day, Revitalize, 40-60 for an eye, morning, mid-morning, midday, mid-afternoon, night. So however you work it out, 4 times a day, get that pressure down. Then after 2 weeks, 14 days, you're then going to switch to 3 times a day. After an additional 14 days, you're going to drop to twice a day. All right, so I've got somebody on the phone. Hi, how can I help you?
Well, I've been doing the protocol for a little over 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's hard for me to do it twice. Usually I could do it in the morning, but I do have to drive. And what I'm finding out, I'm curious about, is that when I do the Revitalize, it is getting better as far as the sting.
Yes.
And I'm trying to do it more often. And I'm using the 40-60. And what I realize is it almost feels, and I was hearing you tonight talk about in the Revitalize, that, what is it, ulonic acid? Or alonic acid?
Hyaluronic acid.
I'm wondering, because when I put the 40-60 into my eye after I do the Revitalize, there's an instant warming, almost like there's a chemical reaction. And I'm wondering, is there some kind of reaction between the DMSO and the acid, maybe?
No, it is just the DMSO.
So I'm wondering if the 40-60 is too strong
for
what I'm doing.
So if you're just getting the warming sensation, you're not getting an irritation. It's definitely not too strong. But because
it just seems like the vision, when I had my homemade, it would kind of burn for a little bit. And I almost, what I told you, I think I was at 50-50, which is too strong, as you told me.
Yeah.
And I've only been using yours since I've received them. And it just seems that after I do the 40-60 and the foreign eye, it just seems like my vision's, it stings for a long time. So where I can't really even see for a couple minutes, which isn't what happened before with mine. And I'm just wondering if with all 3 of them, is it too much? And I'm, curious.
Well, I used all three of them for an
Yeah.
extended period of time, so I don't think it's too much. But
Okay.
the reality is everybody is different.
Yes.
Everybody's different. So you have to work with what you've got. And if you feel like it's too much to deal with, then I would recommend using the 40/60 and the 4 and I in the evening when you're not going to be going anywhere or doing anything, and then just
Mhm.
using the 4 and I in the morning.
Why is the 4 and I and the 40/60 a duo? Why is it essential to do both? What is the curative effect? I'm curious.
So, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm getting another call. I just need to send it to
And I'll
voicemail.
hang up after we talk right now.
No, I just need to send it to voicemail. Um, so the big thing with using them both is dealing with inflammation in the eye. And the
Mhm.
second biggest thing is if you have cataracts, dealing with
I do.
actually breaking up the protein. So the 40/60 with the 4 and I is more effective against a cataract that is moderate to severe.
Okay. And I was talking to a doctor friend of mine who's actually in Europe who had cataract surgery, raved about it. And I told him I didn't trust it. But the point he brought up, and I thought was interesting, because we just discussed that it's a protein buildup, right?
Yes.
And he would say, no, it's a calcification. Is it a calcification of protein, or is it something different?
So, as I understand it, it is a buildup of protein, and
Right.
the calcification comes if the cataract is maintained on the lens of the eye for an extended period of time.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little confused by it because I could understand protein buildup, but when you added calcification, it just kind of threw me for a curve. A learning curve.
Yeah, no, and a lot of people say it's an opacity. So it's an
Yeah.
opacity of the lens of the eye, but your lens just doesn't turn opaque. There's something
Yeah.
on it that causes it to be opaque, and that's what the protein is.
Like, okay. Yeah, I'm finding that sometimes, because I like to, I only have one. I have cheater glasses, which I use at work and reading. But I
Yeah.
also experiment where I don't have them. I make my eyes work a little harder,
Yes.
and I drive, but I let them work a little harder. It's never really felt like a strain, even if I drove, half an hour without my normal driving glasses,
Uh-huh.
just to exercise my eyes. But it's only been 2 weeks, and I do feel like there's an improvement. And of course, maintain the protocol. And thank you again, and for taking my call.
No problem
I'm
at all.
listening in. You too.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye. I'm going to call this person back because they called twice. So hang with me.
Yeah, I had told them in the comments to call you because they couldn't come up. They
Okay.
couldn't bring it up. Azul is still asking questions.
Hello, this is Leslie.
Good night.
Hi, how are you?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
I don't even know what that was. I was getting two different calls at the same time. Hello? Mr. McCoy? Hello? Hello? All right. I don't know what's happening. That was on WhatsApp. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, this is Leslie with Bearcat Body. I'm on live on TikTok. You called me?
Yeah, well, can I call you back? I put my credit card.
You what?
Can I call you back?
Sure.
Okay, thank you so
All right.
much.
Bye. Hello, Mr. McCoy. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? All right, I don't know what's going on. Some craziness with WhatsApp tonight.
Hey everybody, we're doing good. We're at 19,000. Her goal tonight is 50,000. We have 71 people in the room, and we have 12 shares. If you are interested in sharing with a family or friend member, are you on YouTube right now, Leslie?
I am live on YouTube.
Okay, so those of you who want to share this out and the people are not on TikTok, they can go to YouTube and find her. She is simultaneously on live with them and TikTok. And like I said, we have 75 people in the room right now. And if everybody would tap the screen 100 times, we're going to get a little bit closer to our goal tonight. And the way I want to show you right quick how to share.
I'm live on TikTok. So is it okay to talk to you on TikTok?
No problem.
Okay. How could I help you?
The job. I'm in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
I'm in Jamaica.
Yes.
How could I get those 2 jobs?
So you can order them direct on the website.
And how do they reach me? So the jobs you give me, one for $12,000 and one for $8,000.
Yes, and I'll ship them direct to you.
Oh, so everything will come out of $20,000, right?
Well, I don't know the numbers, and I don't have it. I can't do the conversion in my head, but the website does the conversion based on what the current rate is at the time that you actually place the order.
Oh, because I'll see where you send me, and I look on your website, and so the current eye for $12,000, and the other one is for $8,000.
Okay.
In Jamaica. Yes.
Okay. So I like I said, I can't do the conversion in my head. I'm not looking at the website and looking at the numbers. But if that's what the website's telling you, then that's accurate.
And apart from that, I don't know, because I don't really understand how to do the website, how to send the money, and I don't know, because I really need the job, but I don't know how to do it, because I could just send the money to Western Union or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, can we talk tomorrow, and I'll actually do the order for you, and that way you can pay using Western Union or whatever format you want to use.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Now I'm back.
That was wonderful. Just more information, that's all.
Yes.
I just wanted to show them how to share out and tell them how any of the people that are here that are new, up at the top of the page you see Bearcat Body, you tap on that, go to her, subscribe to her channel, and you can go there anytime that we're not on live and just look around and look at a lot of her posts. Down to the bottom, there's an arrow pointing to the right.
Hello?
If you tap on that, it's going to give you all different type of options. You can copy the link.
Yes, and I'm live on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yes, I'm Victoria, and I would
What's
like
up at
to
Messenger and SMS?
have you prescribe a couple of your eye
What I do normally when I come on, I go right to
suffer with
share
cataract.
on my
I
Facebook page.
lost my vision
and then
in
I
my
come
right
back.
eye,
That keeps me from having to send it
and
out
I'm
to a whole
trying
lot.
to see if I could repair it.
Okay.
So I can see out of my right eye again.
Okay. How long have you been without sight in your right eye?
For about a little over a year.
Okay. And do you know what caused your loss of sight?
Well, they told me I had cataracts, but it came from they claim my age.
Yeah.
My age caused me to have developed cataract.
Okay. And they're saying the cataract is the reason you lost your sight.
Yes, it is.
Did you have cataract surgery?
Not yet. I plan to have it next month in my left eye because then my density is very heavy in both eyes. So they would try to save my left eye.
So they want to do surgery in the eye that you can see out of.
Yes.
Yeah. And if the surgery doesn't go well, then you won't have sight in either eye.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Well, I don't want that to happen.
Well, I'm on the side of, think about caution before, it's easy to say, oh no, there won't be a problem, but there are people that have problems with cataract surgery all the time. And if there is a problem in the surgery, you would actually potentially lose sight in that eye.
Okay, that's a possibility. That's what you're saying,
Yes.
Leslie. Oh,
Yes.
so how could I prevent that, Leslie? What could I do at this point?
So I would start. Do you know how severe the cataract is? What are they rating it as?
They said it's dense. They refer to it as being dense.
Okay, and how much sight do you have in the eye?
Well, I can't read like books or papers, but I can see when the light is on in the room. I can see if you're wearing yellow, red, or green.
Okay. Okay. So if you are interested, I would put you on my eye drops. I would use those eye drops. I'd push that surgery 3 months. I would actually use the eye drops, see what kind of restoration you get and relief you get in that eye from that cataract, but in both eyes from the cataracts, and then assess whether or not you want to have surgery. Because I think you'll have enough of recovery of sight and light in the eye and color vision and all of that to not need the surgery.
Okay, I hear you, Leslie. Well, what could I order? What would you prescribe for me as far as the drops?
So I would suggest you get the foreign eye.
Let me write that down. You,
Let me.
I would have to go online to order with these things.
Well, I can do an order over the phone, but I'd have to do it tomorrow. And
Okay, that'll work for me.
yeah, I can give you a call tomorrow, and then we can do an order over the phone, and you'll get all of the drops that you need, and you could go from there.
Okay, and I would like to also order a toothpaste. I would like to try it out.
Okay. Yeah, no, the toothpaste is going to be back on the website on Sunday, but if we do an order tomorrow, I'll go ahead and do it. Hello?
Yeah. After I treated it for two
Hey,
days.
I need you to hang on. I need you to hang on. I'm sorry. I was on another call. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Why can't I go back to that call? What just happened?
So she might have dropped.
Okay, I'm sorry. What can I help you with?
Yeah. I said after I use a small doctors and throw it in the bed 5 times for 2 days, what do I do after that?
So then you're going to start using the drops.
Okay.
You're going to use the Revitalize first, and then you're going to use your next 2 drops, 1 drop each, and you're going to do that twice daily.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Did you receive the money?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can call about 2 weeks time after I go and use it.
Yeah, do 2 weeks, and I'll call and we'll talk again, and we'll see where your
Okay.
eyes are. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Man, it's difficult when you're getting like 4 calls at a time.
235. Telephone number 3.
We need to do a tap party. People here, stop tapping. We need to get, we're at 24.1.
3, 2,
We're at
3,
16
5.
shares. We got 57 people in the room. Let's tap, guys. We're going to get her to her 50 before she leaves out here at 11 o'clock today. And if you think about it, share it. Just share it. Matter of fact, let me share it right now. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page right quick. And all you.
Hello. I'm sorry. I got another call, and the calls got confused, and you wound up getting dropped.
Okay, that's fine. I left a message on your answering machine.
Okay. So I will give you
Yeah.
a call tomorrow morning. What time zone are you in?
I'm in a 215 area code.
So are you Eastern, Central, or Pacific?
Oh, I live in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so you're Eastern. Excellent. So how about I give you a call around 9:30 in the morning, and
That's great.
we'll get you situated.
Okay, thank you, Leslie.
No, you're more than welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. At some point, I'm gonna have to speak to an ophthalmologist. I want to understand when people have cataracts in both eyes, and they have sight loss in one eye, and they have good enough sight in the other eye, that they want to do cataract surgery on the good eye first. So if something does go wrong in the surgery, now that person is virtually blind. I don't know why you would make that choice. So at Jewel, I would love for you to come up and say your name, because I love the spelling of it, but I know. Huh?
We can't bring him up. He can call you.
No, I know. But I would just love to hear him say his name. So which of the foreign eyes do you want? You want the foreign eye, not the foreign eye two. So you want the foreign eye.
Thanks, everybody, for tapping. We see you. We see you. Thank you.
No, 1,000%. I'm trying to see if I missed any
Yeah, there's a couple of back there.
comments, questions.
Can eye neuropathy be healed?
Eye neuropathy.
I think that's what it says. Let me see. Neuropathy.
That's definitely neuropathy. Is there another diagnosis that would qualify as? Who actually asked that question? I need to see it. So Boris says, "Hi, Mom. I recently diagnosed with closed angle glaucoma. Any advice?" Yes. So I would like to know what your numbers are, what your intraocular pressures are, and if they're 20 or below, I would suggest you use the 30/70. If they're 20 or higher, up to 33, I would suggest you use the 4 and I. And if they're higher than 33, I would want you to use the 4 and I and the 40/60.
Miss Irene asked that question.
And it's ocular neuropathy.
No, just to say, can eye neuropathy be healed? Can glaucoma be reversed, or are there natural remedies for healing glaucoma?
Yes.
That's why you hear me.
100%.
That's why you're here. Somebody sent you our link, or you just happen to come by, but you're in the right place. Stick with us, and she will help you out. If you'd like to come up and ask a question, request down at the bottom as a guest to come up, and I'll pull you up.
So, ocular neuropathy refers to damage or dysfunction in the optic nerve or other nerves associated with the eyes, leading to visual disturbances. The optic nerve is responsible for transmitting visual information from the retina to the brain. When this nerve or related structures are damaged, it can result in partial or complete vision loss depending on the severity. And there are types of ocular neuropathy. Optic neuropathy, so direct damage to the optic nerve. Common causes include inflammation, ischemia, trauma, or compression. Ischemic optic neuropathy, caused by reduced blood flow to the optic nerve. There are two types: non arteric, uh, related to conditions like diabetes or hypertension, and arteritic, associated with giant cell arteritis and inflammatory condition. Toxic or nutritional optic neuropathy, caused by toxins, e.g., alcohol, tobacco, certain medications, or vitamin deficiencies, and generally B12. And glaucomatous glaucomatous neuropathy, chronic damage to the optic nerve due to elevated intraocular pressure. And then hereditary optic neuropathy, genetic conditions like Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, LHLN, affect the optic nerve. And the symptoms are gradual or sudden vision loss in one or both eyes, blurred or dim vision, loss of color vision or contrast sensitivity, visual field defects, blind spots or peripheral vision loss, pain or around or behind the eye in inflammatory conditions. And there are various causes: medical conditions, infections, toxins, nutritional deficiencies, and trauma or compression. And then it talks about how to get a diagnosis, and then treatments are addressing underlying causes, steroids or immunosuppressants, um, vitamin supplements, surgery, or glaucoma management. So, prognosis is reversible cases, nutritional or toxic neuropathies may improve with prompt treatment. Irreversible damage, long-standing or severe cases such as those due to ischemia or hereditary conditions may result in permanent vision loss. So I would say the answer is yes. I would like to know where on this list you fall with your ocular neuropathy, and then I could give you more information about which blends I think would be beneficial and quick to help bring some level of resolution.
Thank you, everybody. We just made it to 30,000, 20 more to go.
Woohoo!
You guys thinking of people that might be interested in this information, and just one share could be a blessing and change a life.
The dog agrees. Okay. We're on the home stretch. We're on the back half of the racetrack. Okay, and I think I'm caught up on all the questions. Ah, This is good.
Did you answer the question about the reversing of the glaucoma?
So, yeah, you can absolutely reverse glaucoma using, there are probably multiple things that you can use to reverse glaucoma naturally, but the things I know most about are DMSO and castor oil. And depending on the pressure in the eye, and I believe I said this, if the pressure is 20 or below, then you would want to use the 30/70 blend. If the pressure is 21 to 33, you would want to use the 4 and I. And if it's over 33, you would want to use the 4 and I and the 40/60 blend.
Thank you. 13/14 means, I don't know what that means, 13 and 14.
Oh, those are the pressures in the eye. So if they're 13 and 14, they're actually quite normal, and the 30/70 would be the blend I would recommend you use, because you're obviously medicating with prescriptions to actually keep the pressure at 13 and 14, and you wouldn't want to add a whole lot more to reduce the pressure much more. You don't want your pressure dropping below 10.
Bucky T, yes, you put it in the eye. It's going to work faster. The drops are, you can put it on your lid, but it's going to take a lot longer for it to penetrate. If you put it in your eye, you'll see results a lot faster. And that's because of the blend of the DMSO and the Jamaican black castor oil.
100%. And it's blended to be an eye drop. So it's more effective as an eye drop because it's blended to be an eye drop.
I'm trying to get used to the 4 and I. 2.
Well, yeah, it is a very different drop.
It doesn't sting though.
Well, that's awesome. That's because you've gotten your eyes nicely hydrated. So you're not dealing with the sting from that, which is fantastic. Mina 23, 13 and 14 are the eye pressures. Yeah.
My sister made me laugh this morning. I asked her, did she start her the Revitalize last night? And she said, no, but because I'm starting today. She said, because she was off. She said, I've already done it once. And she told me to do it 3 to 5 times the first 2 days. She said, so I just put it in, and it was a little sting. She said, I just kind of moved my eyes around. And it just made me so happy. So I'm glad to see. We went out to eat breakfast, and I noticed when she was looking at her phone, she wasn't, this after only one time using the drops, she wasn't grabbing for her readers like she normally does.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. I'm just gonna kind of wait it out and let her say it. I try my best not to coach people into, when I start asking questions, I call and check on all of the people who I sent your way, and I know that they have the product. So weekly I'll try to call people, how you doing, how you feel, what did you notice.
It's a good thing. So I got a question on YouTube, and this question is from Doug, and he says, is there any method of measuring eye pressure at home? And I asked this question of ChatGPT because honestly, I'd never looked at this, and I don't know why I'd never looked at it. But it says, yes, it is possible to measure interocular pressure, IOP, at home using specialized devices called home tonometers. These devices are designed for individuals with glaucoma or other conditions requiring frequent IOP monitoring. However, they should be used under the guidance of an eye care professional to ensure accuracy and proper technique. So there are home tonometers. Our eye care home tonometer, that's an FDA approved tonometer. There's one called Tono Pen, handheld device typically used by professionals, but also available for personal use. It requires training and sterile tips for accuracy. May need numbing drops for comfort. And then smartphone connected devices. So these are emerging technologies allow IOP measurements using smartphone attachments. Less widely available, but potentially convenient for tech-savvy users. I got to look at that tomorrow without a doubt. And the benefit is it helps identify fluctuations throughout the day, important for glaucoma patients, reduces the need for frequent office visits, and allows early detection of significant changes, prompting timely medical intervention. And it also says the limitations are it may not be as accurate as professional equipment in a clinical setting. Technique sensitive, incorrect use can lead to inaccurate readings. Cost, home tonometers can be expensive, ranging from $1,500 to $2,500. So there's that.
Somebody wants to know what the retina is and the diagram behind it. Or where is that located, I guess?
Where's the retina? In the diagram behind me?
Here on the screen.
Okay.
The eye. God's favorite girl. Somebody said, yes, circulation slow in my center eye. Can you give us some more information on that?
Say that again?
Someone said something about yay, circulation slow in my center eye. I don't see anything else. So.
Circulation is slow in the center of the eye. Yeah, I'd want more information. The retina is a thin, light-sensitive layer of tissue located at the back of the eye. It plays a critical role in vision by converting light to electrical signals that are sent to the brain via the optic nerve. So there's no way for me to actually point out where the retina is in this diagram. And this isn't a diagram. This is just a random image generated by ChatGPT. So it's not true to the, the actual structure of an eye. And when I did this diagram, the whole point of it was to show the glands and the ducts in the eye. I wanted to show the flow where the aqueous humor goes and what the glands and ducts in the eye look like.
Quan said, can the retina be repaired?
Yes. Yes, the retina can be repaired.
Thank you for tapping. You guys are doing good. We're at 32.5, and you have 21 shares with 50 people in the room.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Sarah. You are.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Coco's back.
Hey, Coco's back. Coco, how you doing?
Waving at you. She must be somewhere she can't open her mic. Still at work. She's at work. Thank you for tapping. You guys is doing so good. She's going to make her 50 and over before she gets off here.
So Johnny Sorensic, circulation slow in the center, in my center eye. So if you've got circulatory issues in the center of the eye, the blend that I would recommend that you use to actually increase blood flow is the 3070. I'd recommend you start there with the 3070. You might need the foreign eye depending on how serious it is, how severe the circulation issues are. But the 3070 should get you a long way. I would recommend that you would use it 3 times a day to start, and after 14 days, drop to twice a day.
Is that for the retina repair?
That's for the circulation slow in my center eye.
So someone said, what do you recommend for damaged retina?
Well, it depends on how the retina is damaged. So, can you give me some idea? Like, is it a trauma? Is it a tear? Is it, a retinal detachment? What kind of retinal issues are we talking about? Quan Cole. I invited you up, so I'd love it if you come up and have a chat. Coco's like, I'm over here double tapping and triple tapping. Go ahead, Coco.
Yeah, work, but she can still help. Thank you. We're at 34.8, 52 people in the room with 21 shares. Great work, everybody. Hi, I'm Lisa. Hi, Roxanne. Thank you for coming by.
Coco says my client has Rapunzel on 20.
Hey, Albert and Sarah. Sarah's doing it. Every time I look down there, Sarah's tapping, tapping, tapping.
Hey, K-Kit, how you doing? So, Quan Cole, if I invited you up, I'd love it if you come up and give me some more details on your retina, or maybe give me a call tomorrow. K-Kit, awesome.
Okay, you have on the panel, Embrace the Rain is on the panel. Go ahead, you have a question or comment for Ms. Leslie? Bean said, please can performing surgery for glaucoma help with the condition?
Well,
Okay, I'll drop you down.
I don't know the answer to that. There is surgery. Sometimes it can be helpful, sometimes not. So it very much is circumstantial. So what are the levels of glaucoma? How long have you had it? What's the severity? What are the conditions of your eye? There's a lot of questions to determine whether it's beneficial or not. So Doug is like, I'll investigate for the smartphones. Please do. But even though they say they have these devices uh, for home use, $1,500 to $2,500 to check your eye pressure versus going to the optometrist or an ophthalmologist for you know an office visit of $200. It's like, I don't know where that would balance out, unless of course you're not getting your pressure under control in a timely enough manner that you're still going to have to go for years and years and years. Okay. Embrace the rain. No need to apologize. No issues, no worries.
Hey, we're doing good. 38-2.
Let's go. 12,000 away from the goal.
There's 56 people in the room. Sarah Richards, I love you. I don't even know you, but you're doing it.
I tell you, it's amazing.
It is. It's a blessing. I just love it. I can't get enough of it, you guys. Just I wear my glasses and I wear different glasses every day to match my outfits. And I get more compliments on these glasses than gives me the opportunity to talk about the drops. Because they pay for prescriptions. Alicia said, thank you for this live on eyes. You are making me No, it's not me alone has eye problems.
You are so not alone. You are so not even close to alone.
Sometimes we have 100 people in this room, and we have people that come back every night that she's on and just sit in the comments or sit in the room, share the live, tap the live. Just because I've learned so much just in a few short months myself. And I feel confident when I speak about what I'm talking about, the eye, because I've been a student all this time. I've been a student in training because I've been using the eye drops. Coco, what is going on with you?
What's she doing?
She keeps dropping out. Oh, she's at work. I know she's at work. She must be answering some other stuff.
Yeah, that's what happens every time she answers something. She has to.
It kicks her out.
Yeah.
If I don't look down there and see that one, I don't know she waiting.
Exactly.
Ooh, I went out to eat today, and I got some salmon patty croquettes and some rice and some green beans. It was so good. And that's where I met the lady earlier, and she was talking about my glasses, and I happened to be strolling and saw you on live, and I saw this is a lady that I have eye drops from. And she went straight home and got on live and asked her question.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. We can change lives just by opening our mouth and sharing. Just that simple. And she said she had a brother or somebody she wanted to reach out to, because it's like when we see something, we see somebody else in our life that we feel can benefit from whatever it is. It just doesn't have to be about the eye. It can be anything. Yes, we just made it over 40,000. We're at 42.1.
Ooh.
Okay. We don't have our clapper hand anymore. I can't do anything on my side. We're up to 23 shares. Go, guys. You are doing it tonight. 30 minutes. We got 35 minutes, and we will make her go. We will go over. Y'all gonna spoil her because she's gonna come back tomorrow wanting 60,000. One day we're gonna be having 100,000. We're gonna have 100,000 party.
That's okay. I will not be back tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. Saturday and Sunday.
Right. You said
yeah.
It's Monday through Friday. I got you.
Saturday and Sunday, I am not live.
Me too. We don't have all that authority. We can't even pin. She has to do something at the beginning before she goes live to allow us to be able to pin something.
No, it never allows it. It never allows it. I don't know why.
You have to do it before you come on live.
I have done it, Dana, multiple times. It never works.
Okay.
It never works. I don't know why it doesn't work, but it never works. Coco said, I can't do the clap sound. I'm jealous. Like, there are things that just don't work. I don't know why. They used to, and then, ever since TikTok was dark for that 12 hours, it has not worked since then.
What should I use for dry eye and floaters with pressures of 19?
3070. 3070 will handle the pressure, the floaters, and it will help with the dry eye. The thing that's really going to be a game changer for the dry eye is the Revitalize. And you get that as a free companion product with the 3070. So when you purchase the 3070, you automatically get a half-ounce jar of the Revitalize, and you're going to use that 5 to 6 times a day for 2 days. Then you're going to start using the 3070, and that is going to get the pressure under control and deal with floaters. I think I have carpal tunnel here in this thumb. It is paining me today. I just put my 75-25 plus on my hands.
Make the spray. I told you about the spray I'm doing now with the avocado pit and the 91% alcohol. Spray it on there, and your pain will be gone.
How does that deal with.
I'll send you a link to the video that I saw, but it's just I took an avocado pit, I peeled the skin off it, I chopped it up really small, put it in a big jar. I added 91% rubbing alcohol to the jar, and I put it down into my cabinet. And I left it there for about a week. It said you could do it overnight, but I left it for about a week. And then I remembered I had made it, and my son came by with some knee issues and sprayed it on there. And so it ended up working. And then he told me the pain went away, but it was some stiffness. So I said, well, go ahead and spray it again. So he sprayed it again. So that's been a couple weeks now. And then my other son found out, he came over. He actually went to the store, bought me some avocados and some 91% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and I made up another batch. And then he took it home. And today I was at Pickleball spraying people. I mean, I got one I carry in my purse because I just love being a blessing. I don't have any pains in my body where I need anything. But I've been spraying people's shoulders, middle back, lower back, hip side. It's just funny to me. I did a lady's ankle yesterday at Pickleball. And before she left, she came over to me, put her phone number in my phone, and said, what the heck was that stuff you sprayed on my ankle? And she went, I sent her the video. What I do is just send people to what I saw, because I ain't no miracle worker. I'm just coming across stuff. But I love to share. If somebody wants to know what is the DMSO, a large pit cocoa or two small ones, just enough to, depending on the amount of 91% the alcohol that you're using. I'll send you cocoa. I'll send you the video I saw.
DMSO is dimethyl sulfoxide. It is a clear liquid solvent that is derived from the processing of trees to make pulp, to make paper.
Somebody said DMSO and Castor oil it helped the carpal tunnel, Leslie.
Yeah, no, I just put the 75-25 on my hand because I've been screwing the lids on droppers on bottles all day long, and I think that's what it's coming from.
Coco, my son just bought it at the grocery store.
The avocado?
No, the alcohol, the 91%. Because you can't get it everywhere. They have some that, I don't know if y'all know this, but 91% alcohol spray gets rid of bed bugs.
I ain't got bed bugs, thank God.
I ain't got none, but I spray it when I go to any hotel.
Well, I don't blame you there.
I go into a hotel spraying the whole bed, the backboard, all of that. How many pits? Like I said, it depends on how big the avocado is. So today I just bought some at Castor. The whole bag was like $9.99, and I think there was about 7 or 8 small ones in there. So I'll probably cut up a couple of them because I'm going to make a big batch again. All I do is make stuff up and give it away. Then I have to go to the dollar store, find the spray bottles. Because I like when I give stuff to somebody, they can use it right then. Because if I just tell them, it'll take them a while to go buy it, go get this, go get that. So I feel like if I make it for you and hand it to you, all you got to do is use it. Somebody wants to know, what shall I use for nuclear cataracts? Male. Nuclear. I've never heard. Have you heard that one before?
No, I haven't.
That's a first, Mel. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, Mel. How did you find us? Oh, you are. We're at 23. We're at 48.7. We're getting ready to hit that bell. We're ready to do 50. A half hour early. See, I told y'all. She's going to get y'all next week. She's going to get y'all Monday. 60 people in the room.
So nuclear sclerotic cataracts is the most common type related to aging. Causes yellow or cloudiness on the central part of the lens. So, yeah, it's just a standard cataract.
Okay. Should I use sugar since I have glaucoma?
What does that mean?
Should I use sugar since I have glaucoma?
So should you stop using sugar since you have glaucoma?
Should I use sugar then?
No, I mean, I'm wondering if she's saying, should I be using sugar since I have glaucoma?
Oh, okay.
I don't know that there is a correlation between glaucoma and sugar. I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna send you that stuff on DM right now. He said yes. Allison said yes. That's who it was. If I can send it.
So ChatGPT says, yes, there may be an indirect correlation between excessive sugar intake and an increased risk of glaucoma, primarily through its effects on overall health and the development of conditions like diabetes and metabolic syndrome, which are risk factors for certain types of glaucoma. So here's how sugar intake can relate to glaucoma, diabetes, and ocular hypertension. High sugar intake can lead to type 2 diabetes, which is associated with higher blood sugar levels. Chronically elevated blood sugar may cause increase in interocular pressure, a key risk factor for glaucoma. Diabetic individuals are more likely to develop neurovascular glaucoma caused by abnormal blood vessel growth in the eye. Inflammation and oxidative stress. Diets high in refined sugars promote systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, which can damage the optic nerve over time. Both are implicated in the progression of glaucoma. Insulin resistance. Excessive sugar consumption may lead to insulin resistance, which has been linked to vascular dysfunction. Impaired blood flow to the optic nerve could contribute to glaucoma development or progression. Obesity and glaucoma risk. High sugar intake contributes to weight gain and obesity, which are associated with increased interocular pressure. Obesity related conditions such as hypertension can worsen glaucoma. So the answer is potentially, but it would have to be excessive use, and I think it would have to be consistent excessive use. If you're already diabetic, then that would actually be a huge indicator for whether or not your diabetes is creating an increased pressure in the eye, glaucoma. Demetrius Jolly, thanks for sharing the live. I'm just reading what's going on the screen.
Need some claps. We went over 50.
Oh, I wasn't even looking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Almost at 52.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. And it's 10:37. I still got 20 minutes on this live. That's excellent. I think we'll end with around 60. That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing, 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 amazing. Mel, cataract in the pupil. So cataracts form on the lens of the eye. I'm trying to understand what you're asking when you say cataract in the pupil.
Your comment says, enjoying lots of knowledge, we'll order and start using. Come back and give us your testimony, Pathawthone. Thank you. Come back. I know you've been here for a while too.
So I asked ChatGPT, can cataracts form on the pupil? And it says no, cataracts do not form on the pupil because the pupil is not a physical structure. It is simply an opening in the center of the iris, the colored part of the eye, that allows light to enter the eye. Instead, cataracts form on the lens which is located behind the pupil and focuses light onto the retina. So there's that. So, and it does say why it may seem like cataracts are on the pupil. When a cataract is visible, it may look like a cloudy or milky area in the pupil because the lens sits behind the pupil. This appearance can make it seem as though the cataract is on the pupil, but it is actually in the lens.
Okay, do
So
you have
there's that.
anything to treat it and blurry vision?
Treat a cataract?
Yeah, cataract covers
Absolutely. So all of my products treat cataracts at different levels. So a cataract can be mild, moderate, or severe, or extremely severe. You can have a ton of buildup on the lens of the eye. And if you're dealing with a mild cataract, I would recommend the 3070. A moderate cataract, I recommend the 4NI. And a severe cataract, excuse me, I don't know what, I'm yawning all day today. A severe cataract would be the 4NI and the 4060, those two blends together.
It says, what products do you have for glaucoma?
So if the interocular pressure is 20 or below, I recommend the 3070. If it's 21 to 33, I recommend the 4NI. And if it's 33 and up, I recommend 4NI and the 4060. You are welcome, Mel. You're welcome. Mel says, do you have anything to treat, okay, and blurry vision? So the 3070, 100% for blurry vision. If anybody's dealing with blurry vision, readers, floaters, I just want better eyesight, 3070 is the blend for you. Okay, we're good to go. We're good to go. I'm just looking to see if there were other comments. How do I get them? So Mina23, you are going to go to my website. The website is bearcatbody.com. It's BARECATBODY.com. Dana, do you know if there's any way to get all of these banners to turn off?
I heard you talk about that earlier, and the only way I can think it could be done is if you check your settings before you start your live. Most of that is done before you start your live. I don't know. I've never tried it. Is there any way we can slide that down just a little bit into the eye area?
No, I've tried to move them and they don't move.
Okay. You know, because I can always, or Coco and I can always just highlight it in the comments. Is that a problem, or is that okay?
No, I would love to just turn them off because I don't need these things. I don't even know what they're for.
Okay. Is 4060 acceptable for blurry vision? I have the 4060 and the 4NI. That's Embrace the Rain.
So you can use the 4060 without a doubt, but 4060 is not meant to be, it's not blended to be an everyday eye drop like the 3070. So you need to manage using 4060. I would recommend that you would use 4060 in the morning, 4NI at night, 4060 in the morning, 4NI at night. But not use it twice a day, every day, because you're going to wind up irritating the eye. Okay. So today was a busy day. Tomorrow's going to be another busy day. But we're going to get I don't know, around 140 orders are going to go out tomorrow, which is exciting. Hey Deb, how are you doing? 54,000. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. I'm so thrilled. Thank you all so much. Okay. Deb says, "Hey, Leslie and everyone. How you doing, Deb? Glad you're here." Okay. We are good. We are good. All right, it's 10:45. We got 56 people in the room. We've got 15 minutes before the live ends. Oh man, my throat just went crazy. So if anybody has any questions, please, please, please come on up and ask your questions. I'd love to talk to you. So come on up. Did I just see Coco say tap party? Dude, we're at 55,000. We're going over. Let's do it. Let's do it. Phyllis Walters, how you doing? How you doing? All right, Coco, I'll check your text as soon as I'm off the live in 15 minutes. You guys are running the table. If we were in Vegas, we would be generating money. Oh, okay. Doug, I got your text. Thanks a lot for the tonometer. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll never have to need one of those. Okay. Deb says, "Bless your heart, you're tired." I am tired. I don't even know. I am tired. Although I don't know why I'm yawning so much lately. Like it just seems to be a thing. Okay. So Doug, all I need for you to be an affiliate is for you to give me your email address or give me permission to actually use your email address in the affiliate program. I'll set you up on the affiliate program. All you do, you'll get an email. You sign up, do what the email tells you to do, and walk that process, and then you're an affiliate. And you get a link that's your personal link, and you can give it to anybody, and they can use it. Whenever they purchase, you get 30%, a 30% revenue share. And believe it or not, I had a huge bump in sales this week because I had an affiliate who generated like almost $11,000 in sales this week. It was phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So the affiliate thing works. He'll actually get around 3 grand. So that's great. That's great. And I don't know if he like just put it out to his followers or what he actually did. I got to find out that information, but it still was a phenomenal moment to have that level of sales in just a few days this week. Deb says, I'm all in. Yeah, anybody can be an affiliate if they want to.
Yep, I'm in. I just don't even know what to do. But I'm not in it for that. I'm just loving what's happening.
Embrace the Rain says
60.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys are so phenomenal.
What was that one about the blog? Is it information for use issue specific on all of your drops on your blog?
So actually the information about the drops are actually on the page for each of the drops. So when you're on the description on the drop itself, like if you pull up the 3070, in the description there's a bunch of information there, and then there's a link to an FAQ page that has frequently asked questions about all of the products and the ingredients. So, and the blog is really just posts about different scenarios. Like I have posts about open angle glaucoma and things like that. But the blog is not an area where I do a lot of information specific about each drop. I'm really talking about issues and diseases in the eye.
Hello, Marty. I just got my package today, and I just want to say thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
Fizzly 48, Fizzle 48.
Fizzle.
Yep, you got 8 minutes. What you gonna do with it, lady? We got 54 people in the room, 61,304 with 25 shares tonight.
That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. You guys.
Did you say, Sheldon? I believe you, Sheldon. I believe you. I've been seeing your name pop up in the bottom. You might have been a quiet back. You were a quiet source to be reckoned with today.
Yep, Sheldon was like, I don't have a lot to say, but I'm a tap.
Thank you.
Totally appreciate you, Sheldon.
Yeah, 61.7.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Well, you guys got 7 minutes. Anybody got any last questions?
Anybody?
Testimonies before she goes? Because it's a long weekend. We're not going to see her till Monday.
That's it. You guys will have the chance to miss me.
Yeah, if you need any information, just go to her page. Yes, I do. Go ahead. What's the question? I can't pull you up. I don't know, Les. Can you pull them up?
Who is it?
That Fizzle.
Okay.
I don't think I have the options anymore to pull people up for some reason. Let's see, there he is. Got him. Come on in. What you got to say? You got the mic. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, I got my product today. Teddy 70.
Yes.
And Vital Eyes.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, how do I apply it?
So it's meant to be an eye drop. What I want you to do is use the Revitalize 5 to 6 times a day for 2 days. Do that for
5 to 6 times a day.
Yeah, for the first 2 days.
For the first 2 days, okay.
Yes. And then you're going to use the 30-70 morning and evening. You're going to drop the Revitalize first, then the 30-70 in the morning, and then the Revitalize, and then the 30-70 in the evening.
Okay, so start with the Revitalize at tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And make sure I do it like 5 to 6 times for the day.
For the day.
Because they do it the same way.
Yes.
And then I will start with the Teddy 70, right?
Yes.
The Teddy. From the Teddy going out. And then the Teddy going out do morning and evening?
Yes, morning and evening.
All right, thank you so much, Mommy. I appreciate it so much.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. Thanks so much.
I'm looking forward to share my testimony soon too.
We are too. We are too.
Come back on Monday. It could be that quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night.
You too.
Gigi wants to know how to treat retinopathy.
So, diabetic retinopathy, you are going to use the 4-eye and the 40-60. 4-eye and 40-60. And I would need to give you a protocol of use because you're going to switch every week. You're going to change up the way you're using the eye drops to get the greatest benefit.
Mel wants to know, is it okay to use garlic water in the eyes?
Have never heard of that. If you're going to do that, make sure it's distilled water. And I would make sure it's organic garlic. So I've never heard of garlic water and what the level of benefit would be in the eye. What do you think? What are you trying to restore or achieve by using that particular ingredient?
It's amazing how so many people are trying to revert to all natural different things, stuff that we already have. That. Thank you, Sarah. I see you. We're at 64.6. Even got another share in there for blurry vision. Vicky said information in the eye. So the mail says for blurry vision, I guess is what the garlic water was supposed to be for.
Okay. Yeah, I would make sure you just use organic garlic and distilled water.
Mikey says, I was blind, but now I see a beautiful black woman.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
I was blind, but now I see. Ooh, I like that.
100%.
I like it. I hope my friend, when they start using theirs, that's what his testimony will be.
Exactly.
They bought it and everything, but they weren't able to use it because he passed out twice in one day, and so they're looking at some things and they don't want him to add anything else to the system until they figure out what's going on.
No, 100%.
65, we're at 65K, girl.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I said, what did she use? Information in the eye. We need to know a little bit more, Vicky. All I see is information in the eye. What do you need to know? We got 2 minutes. Come on.
Information or inflammation?
Answer it.
Is it inflammation in the eye?
That what she once said. It just says information in the eye. Maybe that's what it meant.
I think it's supposed to be inflammation.
Inflammation is
Yes, yes. So, and that would either be ocular edema or glaucoma. So, do you know your interocular pressures, which would be the first thing I would want to ask? Um,
Army girl says stop wearing glasses. What to use? 3070
yeah, the 30/70 blend, 100%.
comes with an eye moisturizer with it. The website is up top, bearcatbody.com. The information, she still keeps saying the information. You're welcome.
Oh, Mikey T, that's my friend Mike. How you doing, Mike? How you doing? Probably still floating, having the best week ever. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock, and we are at 68,000 likes. You guys are a phenomenal group of people. Come back on Monday. Please do. So Gigi says, what is prophylactic vitrectomy? So a vitrectomy is a surgery on the vitreous in the eye. I've not heard a prophylactic vitrectomy. You're going to be the last question I answer tonight. So let me look it up on ChatGPT. Okay, so a prophylactic vitrectomy is a preventative surgical procedure in which the vitreous humor, the clear gel-like substance filling the space inside the eye, is removed. This procedure is typically performed to reduce the risk of retinal detachment or other complications in individuals who are at high risk for such conditions. Indications for prophylactic vitrectomy. This surgery is usually considered in the following scenarios: high risk of retinal detachment, so patients with significant retinal tears, lattice degeneration, or other structural weaknesses; high myopia, extreme nearsightedness, which increases the risk of retinal detachment; preventative complications in certain eye conditions, advanced proliferative diabetic retinopathy, recurrent vitreous hemorrhage, severe vitreomacular traction syndrome. Before doing other eye surgeries combined with cataract surgery or retinal repair surgeries in patients at risk. For patients undergoing treatments for macular holes or epiretinal membranes, trauma, or infections. How this procedure is performed: anesthesia. The surgery is performed under local or general anesthesia. Small incision and tiny incisions are made in the sclera, the white part of the eye. Vitreous removal. A virectomy probe is used to cut and suction the vitreous gel. Saline or gas is often used to fill the eye afterward, maintaining its shape. Additional repairs, if necessary, the surgeon may address retinal tears, detachments, or other issues. Benefits of the prophylactic vitrectomy: prevents or reduces the risk of retinal detachment, improves access to retina for other treatments or repairs, removes sources of traction that could lead to complications. And the risks are infection, bleedings, cataract, retinal detachment, vision changes such as floaters or light sensitivity. While a prophylactic vitrectomy is performed as a preventative measure, a therapeutic vitrectomy is done to treat an existing condition such as a retinal detachment, macular hole, or vitreous hemorrhage. If you consider or have been recommended for this procedure, a thorough discussion with a retinal specialist can help determine if it's the right choice for the situation. So here's my question. Is the lens removed from the eye in this situation? Okay, so in a prophylactic vitrectomy, the lens is generally not removed unless there is a specific reason to do so. The primary focus of the procedure is on the removal of the vitreous humor, not the lens. However, there are situations where the lens might also need to be removed. Um, If the patient already has a cataract, they might remove the lens if the lens obstructs surgical access. In some cases, especially in patients with narrow pupils or complicated retinal conditions, the lens may obstruct the surgeon's view or access to the retina. In such cases, the lens may be removed and an interocular lens (IOL) implant is inserted. So this is a big deal surgery. I would be very, 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 very extremely careful moving forward with this uh, because, like, if they screw up, it screws everything up in the eye. There's just a ton of ways that you could lose eyesight 100%. Um, Thank you for the order for something that is supposed to prevent something that's supposed to prevent sight loss. So if you want to talk about it, I'd love to talk to you about it. But I would look for every other alternative to try before I did this, before I agreed to this surgery. Okay. All right, Gigi. Vicky, I'm not sure what you're asking, and I'm so sorry, but come back on Monday. Please do. I'll be live on Monday. 72,000 likes. We are there. Beyond and above and beyond, above and beyond. I love it all. I love it all. I'm here for every second of it. Okay.
Leslie,
Yes.
quick question before you go. Have you ever heard of your cataracts being not your cataracts, but your when they replace your lenses from cataract surgery? Have you ever heard them having to replace those before?
So I've heard that the lenses can actually be um, like placed incorrectly in the eye, and they've had to go back in and replace lenses in that situation. There are scenarios and situations where the lens needs to be replaced. The interocular lens, yes.
Can you get a better lens?
I don't know. That's a question for a surgeon. So yeah, I don't know the answer to that one.
Okay.
Coco, did you have a question for me?
No, well, not really. Just whenever you have a moment, if you can respond to the text.
Okay.
It was the text that I sent before, not today's text. You already addressed that one. It was the one from yesterday.
Oh, about the affiliate data?
I mean, I can tell you over here. I'm not afraid to ask. I was just thinking because I realized my right eye is actually weaker, and
I think it was, I can't even remember how long ago it was, that I was taking a selfie.
We lost you, Coco.
Oh, Lord, I got the crazy eye. I don't know what to do. So, not thinking that, okay, this eye is weak, I need to do those conversion exercises or whatever. But I was also wondering, because I think one of the guests had posed a question about the crust in the eye, and I noticed that I do get those. I get those every day, so I'm like, I wonder, should I be incorporating something else besides the Revitalize and the 3070? So I just wanted your take on that.
Okay, well, if you have, the issues with a lazy eye is muscular. So the deal is you need to strengthen the muscles in the eye, and there's no eye drop that's going to solve that problem. I think we lost you again, Coco. Okay, we're just killing it.
Sorry, I'm here. I had my microphone turned off so I can hear you a little bit better since I'm driving.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's no drop.
I couldn't hear you.
There's no eye drop that's going to help with that. That really is a muscular issue, and you're going to have to do the strengthening exercises to get the muscles strong enough to keep the eye in the right placement. That's just what that is. All right, we are ending the night at 5,000 likes. It's huge. That's the biggest number so far ever since I started doing lives. It's just huge. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and sticking with me all evening. I really appreciate you.
I really appreciate you. We had 33 shares also.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So I want you guys to have a great evening. It's Friday night. Have some fun. Enjoy your lives. I will definitely be back Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Yep, 76,000 likes. We are on it. All right. I appreciate all the taps. I hope nobody broke a finger. Okay. And I'm going to end the live now. I love you guys. All right. Thank you so much for helping out, moderating tonight, everybody. I really appreciate you. Dana, Sheldon, Coco, Deb, thanks for coming up. Have a wonderful weekend. $0.06. Okay, YouTube. Doug, I'm out. I'm done for the night. Take care.